Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I'll be reacting to What We Do in the Shadows. I've heard a lot about this film from friends but never seen it myself. What do I know about this film? I know that I think it's a comedy, I think it's supposed to be a documentary, and I know that it's about vampires, and that is literally all I know about this. I also know there was a TV show made off of the back of this. So if you guys enjoy this movie reaction and want to see me then move on to the TV show after this, you need to let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, so without further ado, let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I don't know these company names. Should I be scared? Everyone likes a canoe, I guess. Vampires need alarm clocks too. Hey, he got there in the end. That's Tika Waititi, isn't it?
This is always a really scary part for me. Yes! Nighttime. So, now I'm going...
Well, when you burn alive in daylight, that's completely acceptable.
That is live! Oh, sorry!
What the fuck was that on the wall?
We're going to have a flat meeting in about 10 minutes.
20.
Okay, is it...
So far, it's quite interesting.
In Peter's room, I'm just going to wake him up.
How come this guy gets a crypt? Is he like the oldest one? Oh shit, he's like Nosferatu.
I don't know, you know, maybe... Okay.
I take it that guy's like the feral vampire.
You're a cool guy, but you're not pulling your weight in the flat.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that I'm cool.
No, that's not the point, though.
Yeah,
No, I know.
That's all he cared about.
Unacceptable to have so many bloody dishes all over this bench like this.
Holy shit, literally bloody dishes.
He's always doing crazy things, saying crazy things. He's just like the young bad boy of the group.
Nice, the rebel.
Screeching. Ah! Now you are vampire.
And it was Peter.
Well, Peter seems like a nice guy when he's not just being feral. I mean, he could have just killed him. He made him a vampire.
He has some pretty old ideas about things.
We should get some slaves.
Oh my god. Pretty old and always morally wrong.
This is my torture chamber. I don't come in here often anymore. I tended to torture when I was in a bad place.
So he's basically Vlad the Impaler, Dracula kinda.
Did that deacon on dishes and it still hasn't moved in 5 years.
I noticed Peter's little thing on the board was blank. He doesn't have to do shit.
Going to be a lot of tension. There's tension in any flatting situation.
This is so good so far. I love the premise of it. That was quite a near mid-air death situation.
There was a girl, human girl, and I thought she was fantastic.
So how does that work? Do you have to make them fall in love with you, then break it to them you're a vampire, then offer to turn them or something?
Put the wrong postage on my coffin, so the whole journey took about 18 months.
Holy shit.
She had found someone else.
Oh no. Poor vampire.
There she is. That's me, I put myself in there too.
You can tell his one's been forced in.
We vampires cannot wear silver.
Damn, what a brutal gift. At least he did it for the documentary. That would have been sore.
One of the unfortunate things about not having a reflection is that you don't know exactly what you look like.
True. How would you ever get ready in the morning?
Some of our clothes are from victims. You might bite someone and then you think, ooh, those are some nice pants. Do with these.
Change it.
Why not?
Hello, ladies.
Don't think many people will be drawn in by that.
And voila, we are ready to go into town and party.
Vampire
style.
Nice to know social awkwardness exists even in the vampire world.
have to be invited in to go in.
I'd like to come in to the bar, please. Invite us into the bar, please. Walk in.
So they can't even get into a nightclub because they need to be invited. That's great.
You can always get in.
It's the hottest night spot for vampires in Wellington.
Come on, guys, come on.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh wow, place is dead. No pun intended.
Maybe some ladies,
Yep, ladies.
perhaps a guy.
One of each.
One of each would be cool.
Whatever floats your boat, bro.
He's my master. He tells me what to do, I do it.
Poor woman. In the hopes to be turned, I believe is what familiars are. They do what the vampires want and hope that they get turned into one.
My husband, he's a haemophiliac. You know, someone that bleeds a lot.
Yep.
Gave the camera a little look there like, yeah, I've done this before.
The deal is that he is going to give me eternal life, which is very exciting.
All familiars would be the same, like, when am I actually going to get to be a vampire? Please, I don't want to blow any more leaves.
I'm thinking about going to uni, actually.
Oh, you are? Oh, university, yeah?
What would she think about having newspapers put under her feet? Surely at that point you'd be like, okay, are you a vampire? Oh shit, that's pretty violent.
Shit!
Oh, gross. Don't do it in the artery, you fool.
Well, that didn't go so great. I hit the main artery.
Yeah, that'll happen if you go into the main artery. Concept-wise, this is probably the most genius mockumentary I've seen. I love all mockumentaries, but the actual concept of this is so clever.
He could turn into all sorts of animals, but now he never gets the faces right.
He would kill anybody, man, woman.
I want to see the weird faces that he can get.
He suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of his arch nemesis, the Beast.
Not gonna lie, his arch nemesis doesn't look that scary.
Would you like to come inside?
Looked like he didn't want to go inside though.
Ah, Jackie, welcome. Hello. Come in.
This is Nick, ex-boyfriend.
She wanted bitten.
They can't be people that I actually invest in or like because, of course, they will become victims. Hi.
Yeah, you can't pick your friends to be murdered. That's fair.
You used to call me the Jaxorcist. No, you did. Yeah. No, you started that.
Good choice.
You were a virgin when we were seeing each other?
Yeah, I was 12. You said he was a virgin. I think we drink.
Quite some time ago.
There's 2 dinners, yum!
What a dinner! Just spaghetti in tins. They go all out for their victims.
Freaks. I spike my spaghetti, make my cock turn into a snake. That's not cool. Not cool.
Surely they just can't let a victim leave though. He's gonna meet Peter, isn't he?
Jackie! Jackie!
Sorry, Nick.
What are you doing? Jackie!
She seems so happy about her job. I like the face he had on the cat. Nice, that was quite a stunt tumble down those stairs. That must have hurt. Yeah, I thought Peter was gonna get this one for some reason. God, she works hard as a familiar. She definitely deserves to be paid, if not turned into a vampire. The one benefit about a vampire is you would be able to master so many things. Like, you could start playing piano in the 18th century. By 2500, you'd be amazing. You'd play every instrument, know every dance. Not to say this guy's dance is good, granted, but yeah, in general, it allows you to master skills.
Hi, my name is Nick. Hey guys. I've been a vampire for 2 months.
Oh, he's a vampire now, wow.
I think everyone's always wanted to fly, and now I can do it.
Peter seems like the only one that wants to turn anyone into a vampire. The rest just eat them. Why is Peter the scariest but also the nicest?
Nick, why don't you use the front door?
Why would I? I'm flying. Peter bit me.
Never has there been a better answer than that.
I came home and I was sweating. I was either really hot or really cold. It was like a hangover times 10, I reckon. It was really bad.
A hangover times 10 is what becoming a vampire is like. Confirmed.
The only difference will probably be that my eyes bled heaps.
You guys not cold?
Not much of a difference then.
They can teach me some stuff. I can probably teach them a few things.
Nice, a bit of DJing on the old school vinyl player.
It's kind of affected my friendship with normal people, my family and stuff. But the way I see it, I've got a whole new family.
Now, flying through the air like that would make all the other shit worth it. I would become a vampire, not for the eternal life, just for the flying.
Boogie Wonderland or the Big Kumara? Big Kumara! Great.
Boogie Wonderland sounds like it might actually be popping though. The place they usually go to is so dead.
We are at Boogie Wonderland and it is so much fun.
He seems like the most optimistic of the four.
What's that, mate? Sorry, what?
Keep going, keep walking,
What?
keep
We heard that,
walking.
mate. We've got sensitive hearing. Have you? Yeah.
Werewolf crew.
Let's count Fagula.
Hey, don't swear.
Sorry.
If you could be a vampire or a werewolf, which would you be? In Skyrim, I'm always a werewolf. In real life, I'd probably prefer being a vampire due to the flying. Although it's cool that werewolves get a full human form and then can fully transform into a giant wolf.
Oh, shit, I still got my glasses.
This is like the ultimate gang fight. The Warriors would have been a very different movie with these two factions in the streets.
We didn't want this to happen.
This is brilliant.
Were they actually werewolves?
Yeah. Are you okay, Stu?
Stu must be quite freaked out by now. I wonder if they're planning on turning him into a vampire or just killing him. Otherwise, why would they let him in on that insider shit?
I've been going through a few changes lately.
Is this him having to break it to his friend he's a vampire?
And how you went from beating me every time and how I've won the last 3.
The lucky vampires can't compete at Wimbledon, otherwise there'd be no human champions.
If they ever offer you spaghetti, you shouldn't eat it.
I think they offered me biscotti.
Vampire mates don't eat human mates.
That's nice, at least there's a boundary there.
We really like him.
At first I wanted to kill him, but now I'm glad I spent the time to get to know him.
I wonder if Stu will be a familiar.
I am knitting a scarf for Stew.
Use your legs.
How considerate.
I am controlling this.
Get it!
It's quite amazing to see how far technology can go forward.
So Stu's introducing them to the modern world. Perfect for his Instagram profile pic.
Stu is the first human friend that I've had for a long time. With humans there is a tendency to die.
It's the downside, he will die.
Can we see a movie of a sunrise?
What shit?
Oh, nice.
Well, since they've never seen one before, I suppose that's amazing. Well, since they've been vampires.
Ja, also es war ganz toll, dich zu sehen. Man sieht sich verliebt.
Philip isn't getting turned now. Gotta show loyalty to your familiar, for fuck's sake. But then he did put the wrong shipping information on the coffin, which cost him his true love, so I understand.
I'm the main guy, Twilight. You know the main guy? Twilight? That's me.
Oh my god. I thought part of their thing was being covert, not just telling randoms in a nightclub. He's loving it. Look at his necklace. He's got a fang necklace now. They need to teach him some house rules.
I'm a vampire, though.
You're a vampire?
Yeah.
I'm a vampire hunter, man. No, you're not. Oh, fucking piece of shit.
He can tell the real ones.
You are my problem. Telling the world that we are vampires.
And I tell the whole world that you're an asshole now as well.
Shut up.
Philip shouldn't have turned this guy. He's not ready for the life.
Can you do that shit when you turn into worms?
No, it doesn't work on chips. And it works on things that already look like worms. Maybe noodles.
Of course it doesn't work on chips.
All I'm saying is that, you know, if I had a penis, I would have been bitten years ago.
Sexism in the vampire turning world.
Perhaps 10 years?
Like one big circle, just biting each other's dicks. You know, they don't even wear shirts, they wear blouses. It's just this big homoerotic...
She makes fair points. Is that his true love, now an old woman?
Sure, I wanted to kill the guy. I thought about chopping his head off, draining him of every drop of blood that he had. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, completely natural reaction.
I just stepped back and let her live her life.
Seems like a very nice vampire. Oh my god.
Peter! Peter!
Oh shit. Oh, sunlight, shit.
I was too late.
Is Peter dead then? After 8,000 years? Wow. Rest in peace to Peter. The only one that liked turning people into vampires. Now there'll be no more vampires.
The vampire hunter is broken through the window here.
So a vampire hunter actually broke into their house. Shit. I wonder if that was the actual guy who the new one met at the nightclub.
Twist it the other way, the other way. This way. See who this guy is. Yeah.
It is the guy. No way. So he wasn't lying either.
We can talk about this, okay? We can talk about it. I'll kill you! I'm already dead!
He makes a fair argument.
Yeah, obviously we're just here because there was a phone call from a member of the public about a bit of a disturbance.
How the vampires handle the police, I wonder. Police vampires? They would be the worst.
You will not notice anything out of the ordinary.
No, we certainly hope not. Let's just keep going.
Does it not work on the police?
Yeah, okay. We've had a couple of reports, okay? There's a couple of people not that happy about the level of noise here.
Okay, the neighbours.
So it has worked.
Okay? This guy's not having a good time. He's going to feel terrible tomorrow morning.
Well, his soul is in hell.
You could have so much fun having vampire hypnosis skills.
And no smoke detectors again, are there?
No.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. I've seen them,
there are.
That's good.
His hypnosis skill is much better than the other guys.
Let's kill them.
Well, let's just see what other safety points they have and then maybe repair.
Yeah, get their valuable safety knowledge first.
I call into session this trial of Nick of Wellington.
God, Nick's best friend is a real friend. He's even there for his vampire trial.
You brought a human into our house, which is a big no-no in the vampire world.
Stew's okay, though.
Yeah, so Stew's fine, so I guess we'll just cross that one out.
They love Stew.
Quite a biggie, Nick. The vampire hunter who killed Peter. That should have been crime number 1, but we wanted to build up to that.
Gotta have a bit of momentum going into the big one.
Not a definite thing, it can be changed.
Yes, but it's long.
Could be tomorrow, it could be 6 months.
No, it is not
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Forget about it,
At least
banished.
6 months.
He's very optimistic.
Stu, you can visit if you like.
Thank you.
The human's still allowed, but the vampire isn't.
The procession of shame.
I asked them, Nick, I asked them not to pass that sentence.
We should do this immediately.
Shame, 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 shame.
Oh wow.
Shame.
Nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Quite a timid procession of shame, to be fair.
The Wellington Vampire Association, in conjunction with the Lower Hutt Vampire Witch Club.
Oh what? There's witches and zombies. Awesome.
Of course, it's a great time for the undead community of Wellington. There are zombies there, vampires, banshees.
Oh what? I want to see a banshee.
One year I went to the Unholy Masquerade dressed as Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act 1 and Sister Act 2 back in the Habit.
Didn't really dress as Whoopi Goldberg, more just a base nun.
The guest of honor will be the Beast.
Oh shit, his arch nemesis, no way.
This one is called the Beast. And I said, get your hands off my balls, Beast!
He may have told you some stories about his...
They have had a torrid history.
Oh, I fought the Beast in a swamp. Oh, and then
it-
one time I fought the Beast in the toilets of a nightclub.
difficult battle.
Agreed. The enclosed space would make it hard to circle and keep range.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
Great.
Yeah.
So, who bit you?
Oh, Nick.
Oh, Greg.
Oh, she is actually a vampire now. Well, it took her long enough. That poor woman, good on her. They'll need to find a new familiar to do all their chores.
Stu's good. Who's this?
Oh, he's here. Stu!
The only human that can walk amongst these tribes and be safe.
Get the prize over here to my left. It's a wonderful prize. Tickets are only $10 each, or 40.
Just a human in a cage. That dude must be fucking terrified, but also optimistic.
That's the Beast.
She's the Beast.
Last time I saw her, She impaled me and called me an asshole. She said all kinds of things that really hurt me.
Well, that's quite a twist.
I will be mingling around, and I really hope that I will meet all of you.
The beast seems cool.
The vampires forget unholy masquerade rules. They brought the human.
Okay, now she's coming across as the beast.
Hello, beast.
Hello, asshole.
Hey, don't call me asshole.
Don't call me.
What a nice reunion.
Nice to meet you, asshole.
This is my lover.
You will not feast on the blood of the human.
Guy seemed genuinely happy to meet him. Oh shit!
What the?
Go on, Stu!
It was great to see you, Pauline.
Asshole.
That was great. How we both.
That was justified by Stu. He was fighting for his life. I back Stu 100% for his decision.
Oh no! Look what the cat did.
Oh, it's the werewolves.
Those jeans are gonna rip completely. You've lost all those trousers, guys. Declan, that tree's far too thin. Look at it, it's like a branch.
The werewolf veteran, giving you important clothing tips for the full moon night.
Honestly, get out of here. Take your humans. That guy in the bow tie, he's gonna go first.
Oh no, don't kill Stu.
Get off me! Stu, you alright?
Poor Stu, man, he's getting slung about. No, they've just killed Stu.
Whoa. That was pretty full on, eh?
It's a bit of an understatement.
And then one day they can't even remember who you are. And you wish they were dead. And then they do die.
Yeah, the downside of being an immortal.
This was probably the way he wanted to go. Disemboweled by werewolves. Blood and guts splayed onto the trees.
Fucking hell. Unnecessary detail.
I hope I made you feel better.
Probably not.
There's nicer ways to go than being torn apart by what looks like a pack of dogs, more than just one.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm loving how oblivious these police are.
Got the bastard. One of them here, eh?
And that's what I'm talking about. Look at it. End of the day, this dog is going to have to be put down.
What? Don't put down the dog. That's fucking horrible. Even if it did do it. Rest in peace to Peter and Stu. The gang is down to 4. It started as 4, to be fair.
Stu!
Hey, Deacon.
Stu!
What? Yes.
Anton.
Deacon.
Hi, Anton.
Anton?
Oh, Stu's a werewolf. Oh, shit. Well, they're gonna have to make friends now. They love Stu.
We thought, oh, they're just going to urinate on everything. But they're actually really polite and pretty clean.
Nice. It's good to see them getting along.
Oh, I met a werewolf. Seemed a very nice person.
So, Catherine's a vampire now?
He turned Catherine into a vampire after all. He finally made his move.
What's this 96-year-old lady doing with a guy 4 times her age? And I don't care.
It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, technically he is 4 times her age. You forget that. Okay, and that was What We Do in the Shadows, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, What We Do in the Shadows, what did I think of that? Well, first of all, I've got to say, I'm a fan of a well-made mockumentary in general. I love This Is Spinal Tap, great spoof of like 80s rock, and I absolutely love The Office, the original British Office, a great mockumentary about mundane office life being documented. I'm trying to think what other mockumentaries I've seen. I know I have seen more, but I can't quite put my finger on what they are at this point. That being said, this was fucking genius. I love the premise in and of itself. A documentary team following around vampires, being protected with crucifixes and being able to see inside their life for a time. But within that premise, there was so many good little ideas that were their own little things. Them having the beef with the werewolf gang, them having to go out to the nightclubs to find victims, the familiar lady, the beast ending up just being a vampire who was his ex. There was great ideas all over the place. I loved love that Peter was basically a Nosferatu, some 8,000-year-old vampire. I don't think he had a single line of dialogue in the film, did Peter, but he left an impression in my mind. I love Taika Waititi's character having this long-lost love that he was still going after, and at the end, obviously, she became a vampire. Stu, the nice human computer analyst guy. Oh, there was just great ideas. It's one thing to think of a premise, but then to draw in other great ideas into it, which makes the original premise even more interesting in your giant cauldron, so to speak. No offense to the witch group. And this film did that from start to finish. The ball, which brought them all together as well, they just kept drawing more and more great ideas out of the premise, which to me shows really genius writing. Anyone can have a good idea, but to pile on that good idea with further good ideas or other interesting elements which add to the mix and just make it even bigger is fucking genius shit. I like that they managed to get 4 different types of vampire out of it as well. You had the young trendy one, you had the new vampire and Nick, you had the sort of middle one, and then you had the ancient one, and the sort of Dracula one. Each vampire were their own complete personalities and got their own kind of comedy from that. I like that they brought in the very rarely used vampire hypnosis wave for the police as well. The police just seeing absolutely ridiculous shit around them and being completely oblivious to it was fucking hilarious. I'm unsure as to how big this movie got or what its fan base is, but I do know a TV show was made off of the back of this movie, so it must have been at least well received and moderately viewed in order for that to happen. I'd be very interested to watch the TV show now to see what other directions they were able to take this concept into and expand it further. But yeah, I'll probably go back to watching something a bit more serious next week. I've been watching a string of comedies after my dark and weird film patch. I feel like I'm ready to go back into the dark and weird shit. So this was a good transition, if anything, because it was both a great comedy but also dark and weird. So the perfect blender. And Taika Waititi has just went on to conquer the world since this. He's directing Thor movies and Mandalorian episodes and shit. He is all over the place nowadays, so it shows that whether or not this has a huge fan base, it was certainly very highly praised and critically received. So pleased that all these comedies I've watched have all been top tier as well. I haven't watched one I haven't enjoyed. This may be one of my favourites just because conceptually it is genius. Can't praise the concept enough. I imagine when you think of that concept, just other ideas just begin to completely flow out of you just because of how good your premise is. And it's so cool to see another legendary film come out in New Zealand, because the only other one I can kind of think of is Once Were Warriors, and even from Australia, the only one I can think of is Chopper. And maybe Wolf Creek was also a good one. It wasn't the most classic, but it's certainly a good horror movie. There was 2 of them, and it was very well made. I love the Wolf Creek. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So that has been my thoughts on what we do in the shadows. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch movie reactions along with us in future. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to on YouTube. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.